r/WellThatHappened, a subreddit dedicated to those who just stubbed their toe and found out that grandma died all at the same time. My grandmother was buried the first week of January, and this is the current state of her gravesite. The funeral home wants another $200 to fix it immediately, or else they'll get to it when they get to it. Oh my God, that's a hole in the ground and we can see your grandmother. That is, oh my God, what is stopping you from beating that man up? $200? You want $200 out of me? How about this? I will follow you to your house and beat you up in the front yard. That's the type of behavior that you will encourage out of me for doing this to my loved one and trying to extort money. Are you serious? Bought an antique cake pan, thought I should test it for lead before using it, and looks like you're a winner. Looks like you won a lead cake pan, my man. Jesus Christ, look at those testers. That's not maybe there's lead. No, it's there's lead, bruh. You will lose brain cells if you make a cake. Hubby unemployed for 9 months. Finally landed a job, not temp or contract gig. 5 minutes after clocking in, he trips on some carpet and breaks his leg. How could you not become the most bitter person on the planet after that? How can you be positive after that? Imagine getting a job after 9 months of being unemployed just to lose your leg. I would be a grouch, man. I would be the worst person on the planet, the most pessimistic and sarcastic person on the planet. I would be a pain to be around. Ordered fried pickles as an appetizer. I got 1 pickle cut into 4 and it cost me $10. Oof. Woo. I understand why people are violent. I get why people become criminals. The fact that you can do this to another person, let alone a customer, is ridiculous. That plate is just the epitome of disrespect. Went for a regular 3-mile 5K run, and about a mile in, I went to take my next stride and my leg snapped. Your leg just snapped like a toothpick? That can just happen to people because they're running? I swear, man, probability is a mofo. Anything is possible. There's a non-zero chance that just anything terrible can happen to you at any time. I'm currently in the emergency room for a kidney stone for the 2nd time in my life. I'm only 17. 17? What are you drinking, my man? Mountain Dew? Is that it? Are you on a Mountain Dew diet? I really hope they did some surgery or they figured out a way to break it up with sound, because if not, bro, there's only one way those things come out. Wife and I went to Mexico for our honeymoon, and I had this idea of buying a bottle of tequila and drinking a shot every anniversary. Pretty cool, right? It broke on the way home, so guess we won't have that tradition. I just finished chopping 2 years worth of firewood just for the barn I was storing the firewood in to burn down. Hey, wait, it's not all bad. You might have a little bit of charcoal now, so you still have some fuel. You won't have a barn anymore, but you have more fuel. I had a cystic pimple on my forehead that swelled up pretty good. Then the swelling migrated down, and now I look like an Animorph. Oh, you don't look like an Animorph. That's not true. You look normal. Look, there's a silver lining. Animorphs was a good book as a kid, all right? So it's not a terrible thing to be associated with, so there's a win. This is a clip of a guy showing us his new container office and the window that they just installed. Okay, so I hired a local contractor to fix a leak under my kitchen sink a few years ago. I never inspected his work, installing a dishwasher today, and this is how he repaired it. Look, as rough and probably unprofessional as that is, obviously it's working. You didn't even notice that there was a problem. Everything was fixed, so he did do his job. When you're enjoying a bite to eat and end up frantically Googling about cordyceps. Oh God, oh, what is that? What were you even eating? What was inside the pastry? Oh my God, oh, it's so blue. Do you want to see what God did to me today? He threw cactuses at me. That's what he did. In all seriousness, I really don't know what happened here. I've tried to go into the comments. There was no additional explanation. I think 2 things potentially happened. 1, God threw cactuses at this person, which is terrifying. Or 2, this person went out of their way to grow those cactuses and they take a long time to get that large. So that's a major loss. This next clip is of a dude sleeping on the street, being woken up with a little bit of water. you're not even ready to know what happened in here. So, obviously, this is a tumble dryer. And guess what was in this dude's pocket? A big chocolate bar. So now it's all over his clothes and baked in. It's never gonna come out. Everything was ruined, from sweatshirts all the way down to undergarments. Basically, this man's entire wardrobe was seasoned with a Snickers bar. This man right here is gonna have a hard time drinking his beer because there's no pull tab. Granted, he could probably get away with selling this for more than he bought it for on eBay. Like seriously, what are the chances of receiving a can that you can't open? Ironically, this would damage your teeth more if you bit into it. This would actually break your jaw, and maybe even lacerate the inside of your mouth too with all those sharp, jagged candy edges. Look, what I'm trying to say here is that conventional jawbreakers aren't actually jawbreakers. They ought to be more like this. I want a jawbreaker that actually threatens my jaw.
Smells like subway electricity.
Okay, I might need a therapy appointment because my stress reliever thingy could not handle it. It's done. All of its guts are on my hands. Bruh, my new eyeshadow palette fell and the only shade that broke was called Unlucky. I will acknowledge that's pretty eerie and might be a sign of something, who knows. But also, who would put a shade on their face called Unlucky? Why would you put anything on your face that has the name Unlucky? This next clip is of somebody losing their suitcase at the airport. Now, genuinely, I can't think of any other way to start my day. You see, I had an epileptic seizure with my computer on my lap. So the story behind this post was pretty simple. OP wanted to remodel their bathroom, so they started tearing out some drywall, and you won't believe what they found behind that wall. It wasn't money, it was black mold. So now they have to do even more work to remodel that bathroom, or in a worst case scenario, move out of their house entirely because they have no idea if that mold spread to any other rooms. This next clip is of a guy trying to repiece his check after his dog ate it. Alright, so my MRI revealed that my T1 collapsed and my head is literally falling off my shoulders. That can happen? You can just have pieces of vertebrae collapse and your head is now unstable? That's possible? Now, here's the frightening thought. If this is possible now, that means it was possible in the past. You're trying to tell me that somebody in the 1600s can just have a wobbly neck and nothing can be done about it? Seriously? Like, how did anybody survive? It's crazy how there's so many different types of birth control out there now. And apparently, it's in picture form too. Now look, baby fever is a powerful feeling, but you gotta remind yourself that babies don't stay babies forever and they turn into this weird hybrid goblin thing called a toddler, and that toddler is capable of ruining everything that you like.
You tell me right now why you were doing this. Tell him. Tell him to do everything. Tell him. He doesn't believe it. You tell him everything. You tell him right now.
Wow, this dude is so lucky. Not only did he get a nice cheap burrito from the gas station, but it came with free seasoning. Look at all that fuzzy seasoning right on top. And it's colored blue, like the other one. This dude spent the entire day assembling a 1,000-piece puzzle. But unfortunately, he would spend the entire night looking for the last piece. I'm not gonna point out where it's missing, because once you see it, you can't unsee it. And I want everybody watching this video to live in the delusion that this is actually a completed puzzle.
Holy shit. Hey. Come on, man. I knew it, yeah. Go right on the
I waited 30 minutes for these mozzarella sticks, and there's hardly any mozzarella in the stick. I've had this happen to me before and nearly shattered all of my teeth. And whilst recovering from all of the nerve damage, I had to ask myself, how in the world did they fry a tube with no cheese in it? How was that possible? How can that happen? To be honest, the first frightening question that would come to mind after discovering this horror is whether or not I actually liked the creamer with or without the fuzz. I think I would have to come to grips with the fact that I enjoyed the coffee creamer for the months that they were in my fridge with the fungus. Over 20 years of collecting Magic the Gathering cards, ruined by waterline break in the basement. No, tell me that you're lying. Please let it be a lie. All of those cards are done. They're finished. There's no amount of drying that you can do to save those cards. I am so sorry. Oh, this is my worst nightmare. I have so many Pokemon cards just in a cardboard box in a closet waiting for one pipe to just burst. This should be a reminder to all of us who collect trading cards that you need to figure out some waterproof. When it comes to water damage, it's not an if, it's a when. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Ailurus, aka Panda Daddy, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. And if you did, let me know in the comments down below, and leave a like if you liked the video. And if you're new to my channel, go ahead and subscribe, fam. What you doing watching videos and not subscribing? And if you're old, make sure you hit that bell to get these notifications every time. To those who have a keen ear, you'll probably notice a change in audio quality, and it's because I'm in a hotel right now, and I'm using a totally different microphone. And to be honest, it's pretty nostalgic. It's been a while since I've used my Blue Yeti, so it's nice to dust it off from time to time. But as always, we gotta thank the Patreon supporters that make content like this possible. A big thank you to Code Connor, NatMat, Tifa is better than Aerith, Ailurus' mom, Declan, S16, Green Pasta Man, Squish, Rinhex, Mr. Bean, My Golden Experience, Clifford, James Tucker, Lucas Adams, Big Boy Bailey, BMX30, Walinda, Cinnamon Sticks, Scott, Rivka, The Fake Musician, Buckethead, Samantha Bellhart, Admin Faneker, Zach F, Darth Titan Keeley, Dundernass Hawk, Bones, Lady Laughs a Lot, Swiss Patreon user, Noah, and Catherine Taylor. Thank you so much for your support. It is greatly appreciated. And if you want to help support the channel, there's 2 links in the description, one in my merch store and one in my Patreon. Both funds go directly into the channel so we can maintain what's happening here. And as always, stay zesty.